Thanks for visiting the Summit Fitness website. Again, the membership site. Again, thank you for tuning in. This video is very, very important. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know about this, whether it's for you or your loved ones or whatever the case may be, what you need to know about fat loss and just the real deal, okay? So, those who know me face to face already and those who have worked with me know that I do not like to give witted answers. I don't like to, you ask me something, I like to provide as much as I can and even more, sometimes even too much. But I do that in hopes to knowledge you guys to create your own red flag system, so to speak. Someone comes to you and says that they figured out the best top 5 ways to detox the body, or someone has came to you and they figured out the top 10, this, that, and the third of doing something. Obviously think twice. Why do I say this? Because people are so susceptible to wanting the easy way out, not understanding that when somebody becomes fat, they develop that over time, just like cancer, just like being sick, just like developing the poison gets to you or whatever. My point being is that you put yourself in the situation, you're the only one that can also get yourself out. Now be mindful that that situation took time to get there. It's the same exact concept with you coming out. So first things first, let's talk about what fat loss what you need to adhere to. First is your breath. No one talks about the breath, and I am always constantly checking people on how they breathe. That's the first assessment that I do. If I catch that they're breathing up here in their upper clavicles, their upper lobes, you're gonna have a hard time losing weight. And if, let's say you are somebody who's slim, which I am gonna talk about both realms, slim people, fat people, whatever you want to call each other, whatever we all are, we're all human. But where you are is necessary to understand that your breath means everything. It's how you handle your stress. It's how you exert energy. It's how much energy you can actually dish out. It's how much you can put back in. If you are stressed and always constantly breathing up here, you are signaling to your brain that you are constantly in a fight or flight state. If you are constantly sending to your mind and body that you are in a stressful state, you're going to have issues, and it's going to show itself in multiple realms, whether if it was fat loss or whether it was in your work or your fitness level. That's number one. Number two is being mindful of the state that you're in when consuming food. I am constantly talking about this, and now I spoke with my great friend Pernell Bobby Edwards Jr. He's out in Thailand right now doing his own research on this. He's come to find that people who are the most happiest actually never actually tend to be the most overweight. It's the correlation is very different with like the state of being that you're in means a lot. If you are in a stressful state, don't eat. You won't digest the food. If you're somebody that the boss just yelled at you, your girlfriend dumped you, whatever the case may be, you're running away from a bear, don't eat. It's just what it is. It's actually why athletes consume sugar, which is very foolish, during games, because of course that will just go immediately within the system and digest. It's artificial, and it's the quick energy spike, so to speak. But with this state of being, you have parasympathetic, you have sympathetic, okay? You are in a fight or flight situation, whether you're running, whether you're fighting. Do not consume food. If you finished a very, very hard, grueling workout, your heart's pumping on the damn floor, you're throwing up, CrossFit style, all the crazy things, you ran thousands of sprints in basketball and track, football, do not consume food right away. It will not digest, no matter how organic, no matter how natural, no matter what store you bought it from. It will not digest properly, and then that in and of itself will turn into a whole situation within your system. When you take a poop, you should look how your shit looks. That will reflect actually whether the food digested or not, or if there's something wrong within your digestive system to begin with. That is where it all begins. Even before we're talking about organic, natural stuff, the state of being that you are in is truly important. So, what do we do? When you are somebody who wants to eat something, be mindful of a few things. Don't be stressed. Be aware of what's on your plate. We don't do this nowadays. We need to do this. We can't just indiscriminately eat and just expect our bodies to just, take care of us and do everything else. We're kind of giving ourselves an early way to the grave when you don't, when you don't respect the food, when you don't respect the process. Back in the days, Aztecs, Mayans, Incas, Cavemans, they would always, do their little rain dance or their little praising of the food dance around the fire. Well, whatever they killed, they caught it, they cook it, they praise it. There's a process to it. Be mindful and be aware. Create your own process. Nowadays, we just wake up to an alarm we don't want to wake up to. We go on the car, drive, get the quick caffeine boost, boom, boom, boom. And then we are doing stuff that we don't want to do, and we're eating carbs, maybe too much carbs, honestly. Yeah, and no one's ever had one Oreo. So they keep eating and eating and eating and eating, and then this vicious cycle continues itself. You get back in the car, you go home, watch TV, eat something. It's like there's a lot of things in between, and you're still kind of stressed then. Again, you're breathing up here. So that's already signaling that you're in a panic state of mind. So we talked about your breath, your state of being. Another one to speak about is, even before getting again to the actual food in and of itself, is you the person. It's very, very simple. Be strict with yourself. Be brutally honest. Dr. Honest speaks the highest of all. And Dr. Honest being that there are two primary stressors when it comes to, you know, the consumption of things, right? And in life in general, it's kind of like what you put in your mouth and what comes out of your mouth. Those are the two main things that I have to tell you guys to be very watchful over. You're somebody who's always, I guess, belittling people. It will reflect on you. This energy kind of cosmos thing, this karma kind of thing is a real deal. Now, you know, everything is redirected back to you in some shape or form. Hence why people are so using the power of gratitude, using the power of manifestations. You know, you put in what you get out. And of course, eating crap, drinking alcohol. A lot of people want to say that they want to lose weight, but they can't fix themselves. This is the holistic approach. The holistic approach is to fix the person, not the situation. You fix the person, then the person can develop better habits, and that's what you need to be watchful over. Okay, now fourth thing on the list when it comes to fat loss, again, all of this before we've even gotten to the foods, is the actual act of calories in versus calories out. Now we can talk about foods and a little bit of what you should be doing. This is very simple. You have to eat less, you have to burn more, or burn more than what you're eating. That means get off your potato couch self and start moving. Now, let's talk about what you can do. Not everybody has to exercise. Not everybody has to go out there and lift weights and you know, be the next sexiest thing that they saw in the market. No. This is again understanding who you are, yourself, your higher self. What is it that is calling you? Remember, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You can literally go out for long walks. You can literally go and practice Tai Chi. Make it a habit. Make the activity just more into your life. Whether if it was dancing, whether if it was track and field, jogging. I'm up for anything and everything that gets you off the couch. I really am. I really am. So you have to get that into your mindset that you don't actually have to go jump on the next treadmill and do what you have to do with the treadmill machine. If you despise it, don't make yourself do it. Otherwise, it's just trying to fit that square, you know, the square peg in a round hole. This doesn't work out that way. Go do something that you want to do and make it about you. Make it personally yourself. The more you enjoy things, the more you're going to actually end up doing them in your life. It's a bit of a no-brainer, but the amount of people that I've bumped into and the amount of you know, trainees that want to come up and talk about the next nicest, coolest thing, like, oh yeah, apple cider vinegar plus cinnamon makes you burn fat and boost your metabolic rate. Oh, Coach Martinez, I figured out the next best supplement ever. All these things are secondary, maybe even thirdly, maybe even all the way down to the bottom to what you can do yourself. Just do it. Literally, the Nike term is just to start doing it. Move, get mobile, get active. So that's number one on that food talk of, you know, calories in versus calories out. The next thing I would have to tell you now is, let's say you do want to exercise. What kind of exercises should you go to? We're going to talk about those parameters right now.